I don't know how many people really are aware of it, but the Twin Cities is really by far one of the leading communities in the interactive world. And you have tremendous resources right in your backyard. I'm going to spend some time just talking a little bit about what we're seeing as being a really huge opportunity in terms of what's going on, not just in the mobile space, but the merger of mobile and social. To me, they're sort of one and the same. The amount of updating that's happening in Facebook, tweeting, and all of this is just such a mobile enterprise. And one of the things I find fascinating is that these are really super high-def, robust story-making machines. And when you see somebody with one of these, this is not a telephone, right? This is not a link between one person and somebody else. But for somebody like me, and for many of you in the room, this is a connection to 3,000 or 4,000 people, depending upon how many people might be following you across your social networks. And that's extraordinarily powerful. If you look at how we structured these touch points over time, if you look back to 1975, it was a very rigid sort of relationship that we had with media people. And there was a very limited number of paths that you could get to a home or you could get to a business leader. And it was basically television, print, broadcast, telephone, and so forth. And that was pretty much it. And as marketers, it was awesome because this was easy, right? You could write your media plan maybe in December, launch it in January, sort of rinse and repeat, see how you did. December the next year, blow the dust off, change a few things, do it. And then that's why you saw CMOs really always focused on big branding efforts. So if you fast forward to, let's say, 2008, this is the world that we lived in 2008, right? And it's been a while since I looked. If you look at the display, we don't have even smartphone on this. We have cell phone, but we don't have smartphone. Here's my point in all of this is that if you all really, truly dissect where you make investments, right? Where you make investments in technology to try and compete in a world like this, some of you are here. Hope none of you are here, but it's shocking how many people are still here. I've watched for many, many years leaders really struggle with the technology because personally they weren't heavy users of it, especially when you talk about the web. They had people to do that, right? And it was something that they delegated oftentimes to quote-unquote young people because young people got it. I will go into meetings where the CEO hasn't probably opened a browser in a long time, but a heavy, heavy user of this technology. And that's very, very timely, and thank God for it, because it is going to catapult the investment that's happened on the internet. And if you think, just for a moment too, just how young this really is, right? And you think also about the fact that digital natives are just about to move into senior leadership positions within companies. Just think of where we are right now. I mean, this is magical things that are happening. And yet, it happens usually through the startup community, and it's happened almost accidentally. So you really think about corporate America getting behind this with billions or trillions of dollars of an investment. Honestly, we ain't seen nothing yet, and it's just absolutely fascinating to me.